What's that crazy noise?
Hiccup. This bloody drink. How are you gonna hear me through the man? Hiccuping.
Yeah, because the mic's already recorded.
Keep it in.
B-roll.
Every time you're about to start.
Tea time.
Heebie-jeebies for a second.
Heebie-jeebies.
What does that mean?
Heebie-jeebies?
I've heard the term, but
Sorry.
I don't exactly know.
I don't know, it's whenever something's unfamiliar. Ooh.
Like a shiver.
Exactly, that's what I call it.
Shiver with timbers.
Basically, in other words.
Yeah.
In other words. But, is we ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
Oh yeah, my bad.
Just looks better. It's not about the table.
Just gonna leave it there. I was low-key hiding this just to
Oh, right, okay.
make sure nothing drops out. But we good.
Oh shit, 1 second.
What are the two there? What are the two?
It's for the audio.
Okay.
Yes, just to check, make sure they're all recording anyway. But yeah, we live? Are we recording? I think so. Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's go. Welcome to Why Are We Not Recording This? Episode 11.
11.
Yeah, 11. Huh, double digits now.
It's nice.
Yeah, nice number.
As always, myself, Katie, and today we've got another guest. Like, we are having guests like quite often.
Back to back.
Yeah, but today's guest is Alto, man.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, thanks for coming through.
Yeah.
Yeah, borderline spontaneous, but I mean, I feel like the seed was planted.
Yeah, it was coming.
Like previously.
It was coming. It's there.
That was nice though.
Yeah, it's only the start. It's only the start.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, speaking of it being only the start, I just want to, I think previously, before we get into all that, how are you, man? How's your mind, body, and spirit? Man, let's take it from the top.
He's about to deep dive.
Oh, yeah, I'm good. I've been playing a lot of tennis recently now.
Oh, really?
I joined a tennis club. So that's been me for for a good few mornings every week. Just getting the blood pumping. Got a match on the 24th. First
A
match.
whole match? Like,
Yeah, I'm
like it's
serious now.
not just sex.
Professional, not just a mess
Oh,
about.
nice.
Yeah, so that's been really helping with being active.
physical.
And yeah, just makes me feel good. Also been joined this men's mental health group called Mandem Meetup.
Yes, we briefly spoke
Yeah.
about it on what do you call this, on the socials. We touched on it once upon
Yeah,
a
it's
time.
good, man. Like,
Yeah.
just a nice brotherhood of men talking about just real things, like holding space for each other.
Yeah.
We do climbing on Saturdays. Started football tomorrow. We do walking, talking circles,
Okay.
and just generally it's just it's nice because I'm meeting people who want the same thing from it as I do. Do you know what I mean? It's just to be able to share in a safe space with other men, like, and I think it's helping me open up a bit more. So yeah, it's a nice vibe. I'm liking it a lot. Big up Jamie. Jamie's the guy who runs it. Man.
Yes, I was going to ask you, what is it called?
Mandem Meetup.
Mandem Meetup on the socials.
Yeah. So it started where it was just a group of
You did the hand thing.
just a couple guys who wanted to just share with each other in the kitchen, and they started doing just a couple hours or like an hour talking to each other, and then they just started to make it a thing where they would open up with each other, and then it became a charity eventually.
Yeah.
And yeah, they get funding from stuff and they get all these opportunities.
Oh,
so it's just nice to see it growing.
Yeah, the community, the community.
I
Feeling like
joined.
you belong somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice. I joined about half a year ago, maybe like 5 months. I've been doing it, but I've been following it for a while. But it's nice to be like
How frequently
engaged
do you
in
meet
it.
up?
Pretty much like every week, yeah. So they do talking circles quite frequently, like on Mondays, but then we have Saturdays climbing. Then we've got this football going on. We do walks, so we do a local one, and then we'll do like a big one, which is a bit more strenuous, but yeah, we cater to everyone, so it's nice. We did like we got offered tickets to some theatre shows recently. So we got to watch one recently. I can't remember the name. Sucker Punch, and it was like a show about boxing in the 80s, highlighting bits of racism and
Head injuries.
yeah, just it was a good experience. So I'm grateful to be part of something like that.
It's a lot more than just hanging out. There's also like educational aspects of it. Just
exactly.
like learning even.
Very productive, so it's good.
Yeah. And some to occupy the mind with as well.
Yeah.
Just no man. Like that's I guess that's what a community does. It's like gives you something to do, and I'm sure you meet in different people there. Some become friends.
Yeah.
Some you learn from.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. That's nice. So I guess that feeds the spirit.
Yeah, 100%.
So how's the mind? How are you creating? Oh snap! Yeah, that's what I wanted to go the first time.
Yeah, so creative process. To be fair, like I've been doing a lot more photography and video work than I have been doing music. I feel like that's where I'm kind of finding the most
Traction.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that based on? Sorry.
Can I weirdly just take it back like one step?
Go.
How would you describe yourself as a maker,
That's what I do. Like
as an artist? Like, what if someone says like, oh, so you're an artist? What do you like? Do you have like a? How do you?
You know what's funny? I was
Read it.
speaking to someone today who I did the shoot with, and I was saying like, when I'm meeting people initially, I don't want to say everything I do. Like, obviously with you, I know you, but it was just, you know, like when you meet someone, they're like, so what do you do? And it's like, I do this.
Like now you just want to scale and like.
I feel like sometimes, like, say if I just have my camera on me and they ask what do I do, I'm just like, I'm just a photographer. And then they'll wait to see something like else that comes from me. It's like a mysterious sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People like to kind of wean things out. You know, they like to find things out about you. Do you know what I mean? So, but
That's what we're doing now.
I would say like,
I mean, we've got everything. Say something now.
I'd say that. So I started with music. That was my main passion. And then I think got my first camera, started taking photos, started doing videos, but then realizing they both go hand in hand. So I think it's just all the things that I love doing, they all go together really well.
Yeah.
So it's, I guess I'd call myself like a creative studio all in one, or like Alto studios basically.
Yeah, because there's Alto Optics, there's Alto
Alto
Sounds.
Sounds, And I like the two names, but I also like Alto Studios, which collates it all together. So I'm still trying to figure out how I'm trying to mold it all together, but that's coming. So yeah, I've been writing a lot recently, doing a lot of
What sort of writing?
lyrics.
All right, as in like raps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
raps, poems.
Yeah.
I'm just journaling, I guess, as well. Just letting.
Yeah.
This is another thing that we've been doing with the Mandem. It's been creative writing workshops called Poetic Hooligans. And one of the things we do is just like a 5-minute sort of writing, just whatever comes to mind.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just a free flow of thoughts. Like, so doing that has been helpful as well for my creative process.
Yeah, how you find? Sorry, I'm gonna flip it to myself. Remember, I told you that every time I pick up the pen,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
nothing comes up.
Yeah.
Like that's why, like to be fair, that's why I prefer the speaking, because at least there's I feel like I can say things.
I think,
but
even like if the most absurd thought or something that just doesn't feel like it's meant to be put down, like just a random thing, you write it down and then you're surprised how much things will come from just that one thing. So
yeah,
I feel like you just have to just take action.
so it's like
just
a
do
chain
it.
reaction
Yeah.
to a certain extent.
100.
So when you're like writing lyrics and you're kind of doing that outside of Mandem Meetup, do you feel like it comes in like waves? Did you get where there are patches where you're just not writing anything, and then there are moments where something like a switch just flips and you feel like the need to write?
You know what? Once I get in the flow, I'm actually like, yeah, I do get into it really quickly. I think because I occupy myself with so many different things, writing's not been like one of the main topics right now. But once I do get into the flow, like I can just go for a while, like,
Yeah.
and I get excited when I'm doing it. I'm like,
How long do you remain in said flow?
Yeah. So how do you compartmentalize all these different aspects?
Yeah. You do a lot of
you know
stuff.
what I mean?
It's difficult to say. I could probably write like a full song, like if I'm in the flow.
Flow state.
And it's beautiful because it's my own instrumentals too. So
Nice.
that just
So you already have the melody in head, so you already know what you write
exactly
the perks.
Yeah.
So it's fun to be able to just change up if it needed to change a certain part of it. But I would eventually love to work with other producers as well once I start getting into my artistry a bit more. But right now, I think where I'm at, producing my own stuff is the way forward. 100.
Because to be fair, speaking of collaboration, I've seen that you on your latest videos. Because at first I thought you did everything, but then I kept watching one of your videos with
Chi.
Yeah, Chi. Yeah. With him. It's like there's camera movement there. Who's holding the camera?
So,
and then I realized, in the credits is like, I'm gonna picture his name. I'm not gonna try it.
So my brother Jonathan.
Yeah.
He's a really good friend of mine. He's my brother actually. Like, so he helps me with. He's helped me so much with filming, photography, and just giving me like tips and showed me like certain settings. Like I've always had the vision, but all the technical stuff that I needed to get down, the techniques, he was showing me like, yo, this is how you do it. So I always have him around because he's just a big help, and he's got a very similar vision to me, so it just works hand in hand.
Yeah.
And then he'll film, and then I'll edit them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I gathered from the videos I've seen. I thought, man, I guess we talk about the creative thing right now, but there was only two that I seen. Like, yo, where you hiding? Where you hiding? Like, yo, I need more. But then one thing that I rated, like you said, Johanna. Sorry, I'm gonna butcher the name, but I rate that you gave him the credits as well. Like, I was like, oh, okay, no, he's okay. So I guess it's almost like a duo. It's all like you edited it and everything else. It's like, so yeah, going back to compatibilizing, how you able, like in a typical week, how you able to sort things out? Like, shoots, music, this and that, okay, and marrying that with creativity, because sometimes it comes in spurts. Because it's like, you know what, I'm meant to be doing a music video, but I want to sing right now. I just want to sing.
Yeah, you know what? Recently, I've not really been following that sort of creative process. I've been just making sure I do everything I need to do because I've got stuff backed up, do you know what I mean? So just making sure that I honour them agreements that I've made with people before I go into something new. But then I also get frustrated because a lot of the stuff I'm putting off is my own personal stuff, like my own music and projects that I've wanted to do for years now. And
what are you sacrificing?
Because I love helping people, and fingers for me, when I get a bit of energy, I'm like, yeah, let's do this, let's do that. And then when I'm in it, I'm like, so like now I'm starting to understand my how I work a bit better. And it's like, if I'm not feeling like, yeah, I'm not gonna do it, because once I'm in it, I'm just draining myself. Just like nice burning myself out.
Yeah, because the spirit's gonna be like.
You said something on the last episode. There was like a one-liner that was like, the more you say, by you saying yes to something means you're saying no
to something else.
No to something else.
So it's like, so rather than quickly saying yes, it's like, no, actually just think about it. What are you saying no to? What could potentially come from that what you're saying no to? So yeah,
definitely.
I think what you're talking about as well with like saying yes to all these like really exciting things, and then when it comes to it, you're like, oh shit, I've not actually had a minute to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
So many artists and makers are going to relate to that, because I don't. Of course, I know why we do it. We do it because like we want to, and you just said it. Then you like helping other people, and collaborating with other people is amazing. But those solo projects, if you have a little nugget of something, you've really got to chase it, because I feel like they're really rare to have like these like nuggets of like a purely self-initiated project. I feel like that's all you. Like you do so many things which you're like, I'm just going to do this. Like you have a whole studio, which is basically you plus other people you're collaborating with. just got to kind of grab onto those things and
But then
maybe say no more.
I do, yeah, of course. But then I do get like, say I'll be on my laptop and I'll play one of the tracks from the project and I'll just have a little bit of time with that song and like try and write something to it. So it's not like I'm putting off completely, but maybe I'm just doing it in spurts, which I don't like. I'm looking forward to when I complete all this work, then I can actually take full days of focusing on writing for this project, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of doing it in spurts here and then when I can. I'm looking forward to just fully focusing.
You're feeling this emotion, the next you're feeling this one, so it's trying to marry all of them.
So it's
actually, there's beauty in that, to be fair.
Yeah, there is.
There's beauty in that. So just appreciate the little things.
It's the beauty of the chaos, though, because it's chaotic trying to do it like that. I'll just do a little bit over here with this meze platter of things you need to do, and then you forget there's a deadline there.
Depends what the three niggas are at, though. See, that's what I mean. Depends what the three
that
niggas
is
are
true.
at. The spirit's
Spirit.
like, I wasn't up for it because I think sometimes, like, speaking of like saying yes to a project and then thinking, oof, why did I say yes to that? I feel like sometimes it comes from actually like just us making decisions when we're feeling a little bit emotional. Like when there's emotion involved in the decision, chances are, because you didn't really make it with full understanding, you made the decision just because, this sounds good. Oh, snap. That's not what I thought.
Yeah.
Like when I agreed last night when we were in the club, I didn't think it was going to be this. I had a completely different image. But it happens because I went through a similar thing last year, whereby I just felt like I was just doing, like I wasn't doing anything slant related. It's just like project. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm getting paid, cool, but something doesn't sit right. It's like, yo, I'm saying no to something else, and it's actually the thing that I love the most. So it's like I had to evaluate, and then I started learning to say no to other projects. So no, it's
Have you ever turned down a project? We asked this in the last episode too, but like, have you turned down a project?
Yeah, I guess I have. Maybe if like I've just had too much on, I've just said, not at this time. Depending, like if I do want to do it, but I don't feel it's feasible right now, I'll just say like right now, no.
Yeah, so you're quite
transparent. But I won't
with
completely like
burn the bridge.
Yeah.
Because maybe that's a fear of like a lot of creators and makers, that they have to say yes to things, because if they say no to it, then that opportunity's gone forever.
Yeah, but
there can be pressure in saying yeah, can't there? Yeah,
it's the fact that almost everything is now perceived as an opportunity. Not that it shouldn't be, but like it's the fact that it's like, oh, actually, yes, something might come from this. Oh, yeah, actually, something might come from this. You're right. You're probably right as well. But it's like, where does your spirit sit with that?
Yeah.
Are you feeling like you're selling your soul, trying to find that, or actually you are sacrifices? Why are you sacrificing things? Sorry, that was me in my brain for a second.
I feel like with friends as well, because a lot of the people I do collaborate with are friends. Sometimes it's a bit difficult, like mixing like friendships with creative processes. Sometimes.
Would you say so?
Sometimes, yeah. When it gets a bit like professional, or like when you're trying to be like, I don't know, like I've had things in the past where it's just been like, it's just a bit of a clash, like, but sometimes it does work, I guess, if you're on the same page. But
what's a typical reason? What's a typical reason, like the pattern? Because you might find that, you know what, usually it's whenever, let me say hypothetically, whenever money gets involved, it's like that's when things just start going sideways. Or like, what's based on your experience? Because
well, I guess sometimes with money, like, because although I love helping people out, like it's still, I feel like if someone's gonna go somewhere else and pay someone to do it, why would you not pay your friends? But that's not what I'm saying, but I'm saying like,
I think I know what you're saying.
like just because I'm your friend
doesn't take advantage.
Yeah, but I mean, this is not even directed at anyone in particular. It's just like sometimes, like yeah,
So
we're friends.
I feel like there's a specific.
Nah,
So that's the energy I'm getting. Like, you know what? No, I should reminisce. No, I don't want to pay you, Holmes. We're cool. No love lost. I'm in a good place. But damn.
nah, we're friends. I think it's like you feel like you have, because you know you're friends, so you want to help them. So like, I feel like it's a bit difficult to put boundaries up. Whereas if I didn't know this person, I'd feel more comfortable.
Yeah, it's not
being able to be like,
it's
this
strictly
is
business.
Yeah. So I feel like that's what I was getting at. It's like, because it's my friend, I want to help him, but then would I do this for someone who I didn't know? Like, it's like, am I giving my energy too much just because they're my friend?
Yeah.
You got to draw a line because
Yeah. Okay, I hear you gotta draw a line, but like, where does that thought spawn from? Well, based on my experience, I haven't really had that, but it's like, where does that thought come from? Is it coming from you feeling like you're shortchanged, or you're not happy with your decision to get involved with that? Do you know what I mean? Because yes, you can blame a friend, but at the same time, it's like, no one held you at gunpoint to say, yo, get involved with that. You just assess the situation wrong.
But the tone of voice is so hard to get right when it's someone that you know. It can be, especially, and I personally, this all kind of boils down to money for me. That's the only way in which working with people that you are friends with, as soon as money becomes involved, because I can't speak for anyone but myself. I really struggle talking about money. I'm much better talking about money and like, what's your rate with people that I don't know. Whereas people that I do know, I'm like, I want you to think of me in a certain way, or I don't want you to think that I'm taking the piss out of you. And that is the downfall of most collaborative projects that you work on with your friends. That's why they're not as big as when some company gets involved and will pay you to do this, and this. Because when you're working with your friends, money talk is so hard, which means the project stays as this beautiful little bubble. And it can't really grow that much because no one really wants to put a figure on the table and be like, this is how much it's going to cost me to work for you.
I think it's like, it's just 50-50, certain things, right? And also, I just, okay, maybe this is my ignorance.
I'm not talking about splitting money. I'm talking about getting your friends to pay you for your work.
Okay, right.
I'm not talking about we're going to work collaboratively and then this is the payment. The payment's 50-50 sometimes.
Yeah.
It's when a friend is like, can you do this?
I'll pay you. How much is your rate? And it's like, oh, mates rates. It's going to be mates rates. So it's going to be £12 a day. Maybe because I'm speaking different language because I don't subscribe to that.
What do you mean?
No, I just mean like, if I ask you to shoot with me and I'm not going to pay you, I'll say straight up.
Yeah.
But then if you expect it, or you expect that, or you think I'm going to give you something, speak your mind. Yeah. I'll let it be like, I'll answer. I'm not going to be ignorant. But at the same time, if you're saying, yo, it's going to be whatever amount, I'm saying, cool, all right, I'll pay you. Cool. I'll pay you on this day. Like, that's my approach. I'll just give you there and there. I don't like money conversations. If I owe you this, cool. I'll settle it then, or arrange something. Like, cool, this is when you're going to get it. That's as far as it goes. But I'm going to be transparent throughout because I try to be transparent. I mean, sometimes I talk too damn much to not be transparent. It's like, oh, did I just snitch on myself?
But so you're saying it from that side, where you're paying someone for a service.
Yeah.
On the other hand of it, we have both had an experience where we've worked with like a family friend.
Yeah.
And like we both did different work for it and just got paid peanuts for it because neither of us could say the number that we actually wanted to charge.
But see that doesn't reflect on the person that gave me the money. It reflects on me.
Not. That's what I mean.
You should be able to like.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
If I made the decision, like see with that one, it's like, I said that much and then it was that much. They gave me that. Cool. I'm over. I'm not even trying to think. Ooh, could I have got more? In hindsight, it's like, maybe teachable moment. Like, okay, maybe my service is worth more than this.
Yeah. Self-worth and that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if I do put a price on it and you give me that, cool. If you don't, I'll be a bit like, I should assess the situation better. But you know what? I'll be with you.
It's about boundaries and self-worth, how much you think you're worth, and being able to speak that, and like just not feeling like you have to do something just because of your friend. Like,
yeah,
that's
what I mean. So I agree with you. It is on you as well. because you shouldn't say yes something you really don't want to do just because it's your friend. But yeah.
No, like to be fair, no, it's one of those ones that like. Sorry, this conversation is big because it leads to expectations.
Yeah.
Like, I expected this.
That's the thing, the expectation.
Didn't agree on it. But I thought, like, as my friend, I thought. You thought what? Like, tell me. Or there's no thought, because that's just making it up, really. But, no, like, it's...
Don't make assumptions.
Yeah.
It's in the book that I'm reading called The 4 Agreements.
Hey, nice.
I read it in the past, but recently
We haven't discussed books in a while.
picked it back up again
Yeah.
recently, and yeah, it's a powerful book.
Yeah.
4 Agreements starts with be impeccable with your word, right?
Yeah, be
That's the
impeccable
first
with your
agreement.
word.
What are the other 3?
I don't know which order it goes in, but be impeccable with your word. Don't make assumptions.
Yeah.
Don't take things personally, and always try your best.
Yeah.
How beautifully simple is
Oh,
that?
no, I need to check that out. Please drop it somewhere
Yeah.
I
in
think I
my,
have
like...
it.
I've got it in
there
I've got it in my bag.
Okay, there's copies around.
Yeah.
I don't think it's on
well,
that
you
shelf.
borrowed one of my books, so I'll borrow one. But please, let's not make this a habit. Because I like to keep my books.
Yeah.
Like when it's gone, I always look like,
Yeah.
see,
Yeah, I've been- Been reading a good amount recently. Yeah, it's nice. There's this book called Atomic Habits that I've been reading.
I've been meaning to read that too.
That's
Tell
a
me
good
about that
book.
one.
That's I'm not too far into it at the moment, but just talking about certain habits, how we will identify with them and it'll become part of our identity. So it's about, if you want to shift a habit that's not serving you, you have to really look at your identity and shift that in a sense, because you could be acting as something that it's just not serving you. You're kind of just like blocking yourself. So it's about just breaking bad habits, but starting small. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm on a bit now where it's talking about compound habits. So like, say you want to do something, and if the next habit you want to do links to that in some way, kind of stack it on top of each other. So habit stacking, I think it's called. So like if something, say for example, run a bath, and then while the bath is running, you meditate for 10 minutes. Do you know what I mean? It's finding the time in between.
It's gonna become,
So it's a good book at the moment. Yeah.
How do you read? How do you find space in your world to read? Like, do you prefer reading in the morning, in the evening? Like, how do you find time? Nighttime reading?
Yeah, because I'm really trying to stop being on my screens like late. So at least an hour before I cut out the screens, even though I put it on night mode, cut it out and then read or journal.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's difficult because I'm trying to do something creative on my laptop. So I'll be looking at my screen, but...
Yeah, how do you switch it off? Because I cannot read before bed. Like, I just can't concentrate.
Yeah, I think it's like...
So you're going to expand on that?
No. Okay, no,
I'm just staring at you like...
No, sorry.
Okay.
I can, in the sense of like, I'm the complete opposite, because it's like, at nighttime, I can't slow down the brain. It's like, I want to do something like, so let's say I plan to read, I'm like, no, let me just edit a little bit more. Then I'll get into it.
Yeah.
Like, let me go medicate, then I'll get into it.
Yeah.
We're
all different. We're all different.
Until it's like, I'm up.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like, that's interesting, because like my brain is just active at nighttime before bed.
I hear that, because I probably couldn't have done that. Like, I mean, I still struggle because, I find my mind to be quite active, but I guess it's just creating a space to do that. Like, I like to obviously dim the lights, put like a shade over my lamp or whatever. Just get into a space. I'll be in bed when I'm reading as well.
So you like curate the environment.
So basically, just give myself the space to do it. So sometimes I like doing it in the morning though as well.
Yeah, that's more.
Or even when I'm on like the tram or something, or waiting for something, I'll try and advocate not being on my phone, just read a book instead. Like, I'll always have a book on me, do you know what I mean?
You do always have a book
Always
on you,
carrying a book.
Always carrying a book.
I had this really cool book called A Guide for the Advanced Soul by Susan Haywood, and it's just a book you will kind of open at any page and there will be sort of something that you need to hear, and it'll be like different quotes from different books or different scripts, texts. And it'll be it's a really interesting one.
I do like a book like that.
Yeah, for real, like just drop them in my messages. Just drop whatever. I'll pick it up.
There was a cool one I liked, which was like, great spirits will always encounter violent opposition from mediocre minds.
Oh my God, say that again.
Great spirits will always encounter violent opposition from mediocre minds. And it's kind of the sense of like, you know, if you've got something going for you, sort of thing, you're on your path, and then someone who doesn't really understand what you're doing will try and find an issue in it and like
Gonna get tested.
I've always referred to that
trials and
devil.
tribulations.
Something is you're on the right path when everything starts getting really hard.
Try
And everything's it's like, oh, they know. You know, everything, like you're working towards something great, and all of a sudden it's sort of like, I don't know, the world will find a reason that you should be on your phone a little bit more. Like something's going on. There's something going on in the news you need to pay attention to.
agents.
Yeah, honestly. So I like that phrasing is way more articulate than like, it's the devil. Like how you worded it is a lot nicer actually. Or how Susan, is that Susan Hayward's book?
Susan, so that's not her word, but she articulated the whole book,
Oh, sick, okay. That'd be lovely. You've been working on like a million projects at the minute. Like, I think I was speaking to you maybe a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, oh yeah, because you dropped this new video, and you're like, that's not even the new one. Like, this is the new one.
Got another new one. You still on that?
the new one.
So what have you been working on, and how have you found the time of day?
So this project that I released recently with Chi Prophecy, that's been in the making for a good few years, to be fair. We've had the tracks there, and then I just decided, this is the time to drop it. So got my friend Jan, was like, these are the ideas, what we want, and the best thing about it, we managed to capture everything that we had in mind, if not more, in the videos. And it's beautiful to be able to like have a vision and exactly capture it. And I think getting this camera has been a big help in that, because it's just up the levels, do you know what I mean? Having Jan there, having Chi, who's like a great artist and a great performer in front of the camera as well. He's very good at like, being himself and getting across a message. So it's been good to work with them. So we've dropped a project called Only the Start, which is on Spotify. It's 3 tracks. We've got a video called for the Only the Start track. We've got a video for Dark Crystal, and then the last track, Romeo. We've got a video coming on this Sunday, the 14th. That's another one that me and Jan filmed together. I filmed some of it, he filmed some of it. So yeah, that's probably my favourite one out of all of them, just because it's more abstract and more like, it's more of like, more abstract. Like we spent a bit more time on like the aesthetic, where the other ones work. We did have an idea in mind and it was very cool, but this one it's more like, I don't know how to describe it. You just have to wait and see. But abstract, that's the only word. Like I can
see.
A lot of scenes of fun thinking, this is hard. The black and white is so crisp.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Oh, she loved the black and white.
I love it too.
Black and white works so well. So you say you've been working on these projects, like this has been like coming to fruition over years.
I mean, we had the tracks down for like a good couple of years, because I used to live with Chi, so we made them during that period. Originally, Romeo had another video that we filmed like a couple of years back, but watched it recently and we were like, no, this is not the vibe.
This ain't it.
Shout outs to the videographer, Bobby Hanzo and Split Atom, but
it's not quite right.
It just wasn't hitting. Like, had a completely different, when we listened back to the track, had a completely different idea in mind, so managed to capture it how we wanted to. So.
But sometimes that's what happens with ideas. The longer you keep something, if you are going to release it, you're probably going to implement something new. You're not going to just keep it and then just release it as is. You're probably going to have like some ideas change.
Same with tracks as well. Like I'll have tracks there that I've not touched for a while, and then I'll come back to the song and then just hear something completely different, or be able to add something. Yeah.
In that process of like, so from like writing the track, getting it, like producing it, shooting the video, which stage in that do you just hate the most?
Hate the most?
Yeah.
The promo.
Every artist.
The promo, goddamn promo.
Yeah.
Okay,
I love creating promo content, don't get me wrong, but I feel like keeping up with all of this stuff is long.
what is the solution then? What do we do?
Keep creating.
Yeah. I mean, but then I also feel like the right people are going to hear it as well. So like...
So again, you feel like the right people are going to hear it?
Yeah. Regardless. So also, that's not a reason to slack and not promote it, but I'm just feeling like... Yeah. Like, I feel like... But you do need a good campaign, I guess, as an independent artist as well. Especially like with the sort of messages that... Because we don't talk about anything like in our music. It's some real shit, so...
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. It's like, it's like, is a project like conceptual, or... Because I doubt you're just going to give us singles after single after single. Just random throwaways, you know?
Yeah. To be fair, like... With these tracks, we didn't really think to put them on a project when we first made them. But then they all kind of had something similar about them.
It's even better than if you've done that intentionally. I like
then the black and white just was the icing on the cake, really. Yeah, I could only see the tracks in black and white. Like
it's so crisp. There's a shot where it's just like a close-up. It's just like, fam, I can see your pause.
Literally, because they had the light.
Pause, but
Was it only the start with the flame?
Yeah.
That was a good. I love that one.
That was a dope project.
The flame looks so good in black and white. Yeah, man. It's funny because like we called Dark Crystal because we used to watch this TV show, me and Chi, called Dark Crystal. Have you seen it? It's like this. It's from the 80s originally, but they did like a new rendition of it, and it's like puppets, but it's like real like animation sort of. They've added sort of graphics to it, and like it looks like a real world, but they're like using puppets. And it's about these two different races of beings. One's called the Gelfling, one's called the Skeksis, and the Skeksis are like they're reptilian. They're all like weird reptilian things, and then like they've got the dark crystal, and they'll use the dark crystal to drain the energy and life force of the Gelflings, and it so much symbolism in that. Like I really enjoyed watching it, and we just decided to just call it Dark Crystal. Yeah, and it's went with it. I don't know. Like
you don't need much more than that. Though.
Yeah,
like that
just black and white as it gets.
I feel like it's a reflection of. I feel like music's a reflection of what you're going through at that time, and like that's what we were doing. We were watching Dark Crystal, and it matched. So, yeah.
I kind of prefer a simple answer like that. You know. Oh no, my brain's just gone blank.
Oh, I'm gonna sip tea and try to think where you're
talking about worlds for a
break.
second. Oh yeah, because I've just butchered that. That's the first time my brain's ever just gone like fully blank because I was thinking about the world.
No, I was looking at you thinking you had something to say.
I did, and then it was tea break.
Yeah, quick.
I was gonna wait. Do you actually want a tea?
Yeah, just a quick top up. Just a quick
Wow, you put honey in this.
Yeah.
Do you not do
honey?
No.
Oh, shoot! I was about to.
No, because we were talking about honey before.
I didn't shake the base of it, so you probably just got like this honey shot.
Sweet, it's nice.
All right, actual tea break.
It's nice.
Oh, I had a brain fart then. That was why.
It's okay. It created a nice break.
Are you gonna cut this?
Carry on. It depends how I feel when I'm editing it. Sometimes I'm like, nah, it fits better.
Yeah.
There's a lot more. It feels like it should continue, or it doesn't.
Yeah.
I'll just see when I watch it back.
I love honey, man.
Oh yes, yeah. It's really the sweetest thing I kind of have on a rag. Otherwise, I don't really do sweets like that.
Yeah. I don't do refined. I hate refined sugar.
Basically.
White sugar, all that stuff.
Yeah, and funny enough, like, cause I feel like I got worse during Lent because I decided to fast over Lent. So I just pretty much cut out any processed things and alcohol. So anything man-made. Well, granted, like there's pesticides in the fruit that we eat, but like I just cut everything. So it was strictly what grows from the earth.
I hear that, man.
It was cool, but at the end, I just was not interested in processed things.
Yeah.
I just lost the appetite for it. And when I decided, nah, you know what, let's just dabble. Come on now. First of all, alcohol knocked me out. It fucked up my whole week. Like my whole rhythm was just off. And then the sweets, I just felt like they drained me. Like they drained my energy levels.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a sugar crash or whatever. Just I couldn't find my frequencies. I don't know if it makes sense. Like
Nah, 100%. Like it. Yeah, I get what you're saying, man. Like you feel like, I don't know, with the sweets especially, like it's like it numbs you in a way.
Yeah,
and like,
yeah,
it's not the one.
Pretty much. Yeah, everything just got mangled.
Stick to fruit.
Yeah.
Nature's candy.
That's my beep right there.
What's your favourite? I remember I brought, what did I bring that time? The Sharon fruit.
Yeah.
Persimmon, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
I've not had one of them in a while, actually.
Yeah.
I think we got some.
They're quite seasonal though. Like sometimes, like when they're available, it's like they're there for like maybe 3 months and they're gone. So,
yeah.
Did I miss?
You know, I've been eating loads of recently. The custard apple, chirimoya.
No, I haven't had.
So it's like, it's part of the, you know, the soursop. It's part of the same family.
Dude, I'm better with pictures.
Okay, it's like big green fruit, and it's got like sort of like bumps around it.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Like,
Yes.
It's like flesh inside.
Probably
it's got seeds.
Size, like the size.
Yeah.
And then just rip it open.
Yeah. So something that's a native to that is called the custard apple or chirimoya, and it's so sweet. Like it's a mix.
What's your fruit plug? Because I'm just like you tip.
Unicorn. Unicorn in Charlton.
Charlton, yeah.
Charlton's
like, I live in North.
Katie goes there.
Yeah.
Or the 8th day in town.
Yeah.
There's quite a few good fruit shops.
Yeah.
But I even seen a lot of these markets, like I'm guessing, I think it's
there's one in
Levenshulme and
yeah, no, I went to one in Chisholm Hill Market.
Yeah.
It was just too chaotic, and like I like my fruit or my fruit and veg just a little bit.
Right.
Well, no, not ripe. Just
Okay.
before they get ripe, so I can ripe myself.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have more control over. There was no control in that one. So I feel like I'm a lot more. Oh yeah, so yeah, we back. That was a tea break.
There's a tea spillage as well.
Was there?
Did you
Like
did you
as
see that?
I put it down.
There's a hole.
Oh,
It's drowning.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
crowded.
Yeah.
Last thing you said was something about dark crystal or the worlds. And then as I was making tea, which is probably necessary, I just remembered that like where I wanted to go with that actually, which was just about artists and creators and makers just being absorbed into these other worlds, because I recently just really got into comics. So I went to Forbidden Planet. You know Forbidden Planet in town? Right.
No,
I have never been into that. I've never been in there like a day in my life. And one day I was like walking around town and I just did this thing where I was like, I'm just going to go to the places that I've never been in town before that I've always noticed. Like,
thanks for the invite. Go on.
I was like, come on, man.
Go
but yeah,
on.
anyway, go on. So I went to Forbidden Planet and I was like looking around and it was just like I was on the top floor and I was like, oh, there's lots of stuff. And then I went downstairs and it was just like wall to wall comic books. And I was like, yeah, okay, interesting. Like it is my thing now. Like it's going to be part of my personality, atomic habits and whatnot. But because you said something about like these other worlds, the amazing thing with like comics is just being absorbed into this really, really short, really quick paced inside of someone's chaotic brain, which is just amazing. I just think as artists and makers, the power in just going like slightly away from your craft for a minute and just looking at something, something that's a little bit different. The amount of stuff that you can be able to bring back into your practice is just absolutely ridiculous. So that's what I was going to say when you mentioned the show that you were watching, which I definitely need to
I think
see.
This is where sometimes we get a bit lost because we think we have to be constantly be creating, but you've got to live as well to be able to create.
And then express.
But it's something I love doing as well, like music. As a producer, is listening to every type of music. Something that I've done from a kid because my dad used to show me loads of different stuff. My mum used to show me stuff. So I've always had a wide range of musical influences. So I think that was one of the best things that could have happened to me because I feel like a lot of people would not listen to other genres outside of their own genre. And you can hear it. It reflects in the music. So I think the best thing you can do as an artist is to listen to everything, not feel shy to listen to something because of what someone might think about it. Just do it, and bring everything you hear back into,
But I feel like your ears are a very intriguing thing about you because I remember this one time we were walking around Ancoats near Prince's old place.
The drips.
I could
sample this. Was it one of those?
That's what it was. But we were with Will as well.
Will.
And so it had been raining and there's some pipes just dripping. And I was just carrying on walking. And these two just stopped. And you could see tracks being made. What did you... I learned something that day. What was the beat called? When it's not quite on... the tempo changes, the rhythm changes constantly. And Will was like, oh, that's a something beat. I can't remember what
double timing.
But it was dripping crazy, and then you could just see your faces.
Yeah, it was mad because it was one bit was dripping, and then it's like another instrument came in, and
it just stood in silence.
But it was so
silence,
in sync, weren't they?
It was so cool. Yeah, your ears are fascinating.
So I wish I had something to record it because that's another part of my process. I love to record stuff on my phone or. I'm going to buy one of these recorders soon where I can just record as I go along.
Yeah.
One thing I used to do loads was in town there's a library, central library, and they have a piano there. And I used to put my phone on record and just play different keys and different notes and stuff, change the sound of the keyboard to synth or strings. And then I'll sample that recording into a beat. So that's how Dark Crystal came about, and same with Romeo. It was from me sampling something from and I like that because you can hear people in the background. Sometimes you can hear different, adds texture, adds character to the music. So that's something I love doing, finding my own sounds, which is something I learned in uni actually. Found sound because we did sound design as part of the module. So we would be recording our own sounds. We had to create a sound pack. You got to choose a theme. Mine was aliens versus humans or something like that.
Nice.
So I had to create voices of aliens and walking and all this stuff. So something that I've integrated into my own music, carried on.
What course did you study on? I don't think I've ever asked that question before.
Did music production, an honours degree in music production. Yeah.
Do you find it useful, or do you feel like you already had stuff? Did you feel like you already knew some of the stuff? Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of your process seems super organic.
I feel like production-wise, I had that down really, but experience-wise, meeting people, learning a bit more about the business and doing sound design, it definitely helped the craft. But everything, production-wise, Ableton and stuff, what I was using, I learned in college. So I had all the technical stuff down. This was just more broadening my spectrum of certain things, like the sound design and meeting people who I would never have met if I didn't go to uni. And then from them, I've met other people. So although I feel like I maybe could have learned a bit more if I put my head down a bit with uni, I feel like I slacked a little bit, but I met the people who then allowed me to make these connections that I have today. So it's all just a ripple, do you know what I mean? A ripple effect. So I don't regret not 1 second of it.
Do you consider yourself as like a successful networker, or do you ever consider it like that?
Do you know what? I feel like my network's strong. Like, just over the years, like I feel like I've met a lot of people and they respect what I do. So I know when I drop my own stuff, I know there's going to be people supporting it and the right people. So I feel like the best thing you can just do is be yourself and let that shine through.
I feel like you're the ultimate networker
But
of all time. I feel like you're constantly active and you're constantly doing something. Not that you're seeing it as like an opportunity to like rub shoulders with people. I just feel like you're always active and you just have you've if you had an issue or you've had like a creative problem that needed solving, you'd always have someone. Like you kind of got this like
This network and
of people that you could call on at any moment. Like I think you were the one who introduced me to even like Overdrawn print, and you were just doing sketches of people, and even in that room it was like, oh my goodness, okay, this is one of those cool spots where there's so many people that you could potentially meet. Shout out Overdrawn.
Yeah, I've not done Overdrawn for a while actually. I think there was someone else called John Cooper who's like, I don't know if I told you, I used to do like portraits for, so it's an event called Overdrawn, which is like you can draw on the tables. They've got like paper everywhere, run by Pete Obsolete, shout out Pete. And basically they would have an artist who would draw people from the audience. If anyone wanted to come up and get a portrait, it's like a £1 portrait. And you draw them for £1, but I used to say pay as you feel. So I did that for a good like few months, but then it kind of, I think because I lost my Facebook account and that's what they were contacting on mainly, just fizzled out. But then there's another guy who does portraits a lot quicker and a lot better than me, and I was like happy to just let him just. So I think he's become like a resident now.
All right, okay.
But yeah, Pete's doing big things, so yeah, man.
What's your advice to people who just can't abide networking? You know what I mean?
They don't like doing it.
They don't like the idea of networking.
Okay, that's a form of marketing, even though you're beefing with it. But it's like
networking.
Yeah,
of course it is.
Like low-key it is. And so it's like, I hear you though. It's like we don't want to market something, but the networking is what, like that's what it is, and that's actually a strong suit.
I feel like it's difficult sometimes when it's quite forced. You know them events that you go to, and then you get, or like you're in like an event and someone's out on the mic like, now it's time to take a quick break and you can network with people. I'm like, and everyone's just looking at each other like,
please no.
Because I don't like going to people and saying this is what I do. But I mean, I guess that's a good, like, it's a good thing to have, to be able to go to someone and say, this is what I do.
It's a skill in itself.
But yeah, I think I just like that mysterious vibe, to be fair.
No, to be fair, it's funny because like you and I, we've seen each other in the same spaces for time. Because like for years actually. Like I would say, like easily say years, because like you have an impressionable face. So it's like until maybe last year that we actually like, oh Nima, oh right, actually we know each other. Like you were here last year. Yeah, I was. Yeah, I remember seeing like,
Green Island.
Green Island, like. Yeah, I remember you, like, snap. Like, it was just like one of those, like, I see a human, live king. Like, all right. Like, but yeah, networking.
But when I had the long hair.
Yeah.
It's coming back though. It's making a return.
Really quick, making a rapid return. Can we just for a second just talk about Green Island and how amazing that space is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that space. To be fair, outside of the space, the whole concept is pretty dope.
The whole concept.
There's something to be done there. Yeah.
We'll come in for you, Green Island.
It's coming up soon, isn't it?
Yeah, it's coming up soon.
What I found interesting about it, how it runs for like 3 different months.
Yeah.
So I'll have one month, one next month, and then that's just mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's cool, like.
Yeah. No, to be fair, like.
How it's spaced out, I feel like.
Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing, or would you?
I mean, I've just never seen a festival do that where it's been like 3 different months rather than like 3 days.
Yeah.
In the same month, it's like one like June, one in September, one in whenever.
But I think it's also I'm making assumptions here. Probably availability of the place.
True, because it's quite an
Because
active
also
place.
gotta remember that it's a garden.
It's a garden
You can't
centre,
have
it's
it.
not-
I feel like if it was maybe for 3-4 days straight, the place would be trashed. All the trees and
Oh, that is
everything would be
true.
dead.
Yeah,
so it's like at least let them recover. Well, that's me
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like
Yeah.
in
That
an
is
earthly form. It's like like let the apples recover and come back to life.
Apples.
Sorry, there's an apple tree. There's a few
Yeah,
apple
there is.
trees.
There's a couple
Yeah.
apple trees.
So
So
much
it's like
stuff there.
It's probably the most respectful crowd of people that I've seen in
Yeah.
a space like that, though. Like, I don't know how they do their promo, but they attract the perfect audience for that space.
Yo, I've seen recently, I looked on Instagram, they've made a promo video
Yeah.
where it's like constantly going down. I don't know how people do these videos, you know, when like it's moving across.
What's moving across? The type?
No, like, say like the camera is a person and there's like something like a poster. It's like it'll be moving across the poster. So the whole video will be it constantly moving while the things, so something's stuck there, but like the camera's going past it. Do you know what I mean?
No, I'm just
Being real,
thinking
I
a
have
whole
no
shot.
idea. Like, I have no idea what you mean.
So like what it is they've got a poster, but you don't see the full poster initially. You see like a section of it, and it's like the whole video is the camera
Going down
going.
the poster.
Yeah.
That doesn't look good in my mind.
I feel like there's key points.
Ah, gotta show you.
Like, is it not just certain key points as to, like, kind of like, let me say,
Is a chance to
like, let me say, oh yeah, like, actually, I would like might say it, but like imagine you scale it big, like the poster itself, and then the video is actually just keyframes from the corners.
But it's like it's animated as well, so
Okay, that's what.
wait.
Which one do you mean?
No, maybe you should just ask him at some point.
Not this. Yeah, this.
That's Christopher's job.
That is Christopher's job.
Yeah, that's Christopher's
This is
job.
This is fairly easy though. It's like a credit sequence.
Yeah.
This is probably a horrible viewing for anyone who's not in the room right now.
Yeah, no, we might as well plug.
But it's on our phone, like-
Green Island. You might as well plug.
I just thought it was pretty cool how it.
Yeah, no, like that's sick. I hadn't seen
yeah.
that one. That's hard. But yeah, that's Christopher's job.
Yes, I love how already assigning roles to this festival that we're completely going to do. Christopher can do that.
No, somebody
How
who
did
can
that
introduce
use
it. Sorry, now I got distracted.
Yeah, I had a really lovely time there. That's the first time I'd ever been to that festival, so I had no idea what it was going to be like. I had no.
Wait, you there? When you were there, was
Like,
Katie there as well?
No. Katie only came to the last one.
Okay.
Like I've been going since it started.
Have you?
Yeah.
How did you meet the people who were like? How did you get that?
How did I get that? Shout out to the homie Stefan. Stefan is a. Do you know Stefan?
The DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, he shouts me out all the time and he's spotting everything I do.
Yeah, so Stefan.
Big shout out to Stefan.
So Stefan's the homie. We go way back. I mean,
Mic Check Media, Stefan.
Stefan, he works for. I can't remember who he works for.
He's a DJ, yeah?
Yeah, he's a DJ. Yeah.
It's hilarious. We go way back. Who does he work for? Don't know.
If it's the guy I'm talking about, shout out Stefan.
Yeah, I mean, like he's also from Migusta Collective. I hope that's the same
Are you
person.
thinking, is it Atik?
No, yeah, that's a TK. Yeah, that's Stefan.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of a different Stefan.
Okay.
But shout out Atik.
Shout out to both still. But,
Yeah.
But yeah. Like a TK. One from Migusta. Yeah, we go way back. So he knew that I was shooting. So he asked me to shoot their first one. I was like, yeah, come. Like, funny enough, going back to money, I didn't ask him for money. So whenever he gave, I was like, oh, okay, cool. So whenever he paid me, it was like, oh, snap, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, well, to be fair, he's that guy. Like, I appreciate those people. But yeah, guess that's how I got into it. And then, so I was shooting both photos and video.
Is it his festival?
Yeah, him and George. George is another cool dude. So George is Stefan's partner.
Okay.
And that's, yeah, them two started it. And then I was the link through Stefan, and then I met George. George is cool people. To be fair, it would be nice to sit down with them rather than just us butchering their story. Well,
Yeah.
me butchering the whole story.
Trying to tell their tale.
Like, why am I, like no, it's just, yeah.
Coming soon.
Yeah.
What if they reject it?
I know.
Like, no, guys, it's like, no. But yeah, no, like, cool people. So yeah, I guess I've been going since the first one. And then it's just been like getting, like that, I'll give them ratings for that. It's getting better. Each time they do one,
When's the next
it
one?
gets better.
Like,
It's, I believe it's in, is there not one in July? And then September. No, the August should be in there.
17th of June, 29th of July, and then the 9th of September as well.
Yeah.
Sick. Love it.
What of June?
17th of June.
Okay.
Yeah.
Essentially 4 weeks from now.
Are you shooting it?
No, no, I'm not. Like this year, like I've actually taken a time out from working for people. Just because I don't have time. Like every time I do something for someone, I just feel like I'm shortchanging myself somehow.
Do you feel like you're not doing the project just because you don't have time? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Take it on.
Yeah. And also it's like, I like keeping my word. So if I say I'll have it done by this day, it irks my spirit when I don't deliver it.
Yeah.
Like right now, funny enough, I'm finishing up photos for someone. But then again, I shot myself in the foot because I overshot. Like, I shot loads. Like
You are quite
like,
trigger happy.
Flip, I'm not at the end yet. But yeah, so
That's what I do. Like 1,000 photos.
yeah. So that's the only thing. So it's like, no, give you some each week. But yeah, it's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
And I'm not shooting this one. Going back to your question, sorry. I hope I answered it.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. No worries. That's okay. What are you doing at the minute? What are you working on at the minute? Are you taking a minute to breathe, put your feet back on the ground, or are you straight in there with something?
I've got a couple of things. You know what? I don't really like saying everything I do.
You don't need to. You don't need. You can say.
Then if you finish it, then I can talk about it.
But music related stuff with close friend of mine, Sahela, who I've done stuff with before. We just have a great relationship working on music. We're just so natural, do you know what I mean? Don't have to be forced. I'll just play something. She'll freestyle to it. I'll write something, but we used to just I used to just put on beats and she'd freestyle the whole thing, and then I would just pick and choose what. I'll just make a song from what she's freestyled.
Wow. Is that the one you collaborated with in no, sorry. Transitions. Is it Transitions? What's the song?
Oh, Transmission.
Transmission, yeah. Is it her?
That's Sahela, yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's got a dope voice.
She has.
Like, I had to play a word.
Yeah, it's probably the best singer now.
Yeah.
To have someone like by my side like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's powerful. So, yeah, something with her coming. And then after that, and there's something else I need to finish that I was going
to... not going to speak on.
It's just something that I've been meaning to do. But it's not happened yet, but I'm working on it. And then my own stuff.
Yeah, and then your own stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, it sounds like you got a good team around you, man. Like your circle of influence sounds solid. Like, yeah, it's dope to see and hear.
But I've been loving doing music videos. Been doing a few recently.
What, for other people or just for yourself?
So recently did one for Renee Storms. Did one for a guy called Beige. Did one for Caveman from No Space. Yeah, just doing a few. I've been doing my own ones.
I love how casually you're just saying this insane amount of work.
We went to...
I love that. Oh, yeah.
And then I started mountain climbing, and I'm finding myself back at it.
Reading some stuff.
You know what, it's funny, like, when you say stuff to people and like they say, that's a lot of things, like, in your mind you don't think that. Like, you think I'm not doing enough.
Yeah.
Like,
keep it that way.
Yeah.
Just know that, like, to us listening to it, that's a lot. That's a lot.
I'm thinking, bro, my man. My man.
Yeah, but you keep thinking like, oh, that's not that much stuff. But it is.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have it any other way, you know.
There you go. That's the bottom line. It's like, you know what? I like it this way anyway.
Yeah.
More tea? Oh, you got tea.
No, I'm good.
Everyone's got
I
tea.
teed up. Yeah.
Teed up?
I'll do so. Get the bit
So,
of
like, have you always known that you're quite artistic in the sense of you went to uni and you still did music? Like, has it always been there, like from the jump?
So I think the first creative thing I ever did was draw from a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I think in high school, primary school was when I used to do music lessons, and I used to look forward to music lessons, and then in high school, when you get a chance to do your GCSEs, you get to choose which one you want to do. I chose music technology as one of them, and then I aced that. I got a distinction star, and I was using software and like writing.
Just like flags.
Just writing my own music in high school, like making beats. Like, then I went on to college, and I did a college interview at Trafford College, and I didn't end up going there, but one of the tutors gave me a copy of Reason, which is a software that I used to use. Mm-hmm. He just gave it me like
Really?
out of nowhere, just like some mad synchronicity.
Nice.
It was nice.
Yeah.
And then I did that to my mum's laptop, and I started making beats on there, like remakes of tracks I liked, like Wiz Khalifa tracks, stuff like that. And then, then started trying out my own stuff.
That's a nice little bit of process, that is you trying to recreate tracks that you like the sound of, just to figure out how they were like,
literally how it was
comprised of. I like
exactly.
that.
And then, I just started doing my own stuff. Then went on to uni, and it was a blessing to go to uni because in college I didn't have the grades I needed to go to uni. But one of the tutors there who was sound just sat me down and was like, "How can we change the marks on these works? What could you do better?"
What can you do to improve it?
Yeah, and I did like them extra bits, and then got the merit,
It's
triple
nice,
merit,
really nice.
and then
So you've had people along the way who've just been
yo, some angels.
Yeah, like angels along.
Yeah.
Come on.
Right place, right time.
Love that. Here's the software. Oh, I've not got the grades to get into uni. Okay, here you go. Here's opportunity.
So, like, having learned musically, like from outside, how is that transition or the relation between the academic way of doing music and the sort of way you do it outside? Like, how do those two interlink in terms of, because obviously you went to uni and did all that?
So I think college was more like the creative stuff in the sense of like learning the software. And I mean, I basically did teach myself most of the software, but I was brushing up on stuff in college. But I had a lot of freedom like in the stuff that we were doing, because it was like a lot of it was just doing your own projects and making your own tunes and stuff. And then in uni, it was more like business stuff, creating events, sound design, doing like, just how to put together a project. Like my final project was basically just my first EP I ever dropped called, what's it called now? I can't remember what it's called.
See the amount of work you have since then.
That's only available on Fluctuate, it's called. It's only available on SoundCloud. But because I love it so much, I was thinking to do a remastered version on Spotify and stuff. But it's just a bit more work that I don't want to add to it.
Yeah, so incorporating the academic route basically just gave structure to the creativity.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting.
Yeah. Because at that time, before then, I was just, whenever I used to make a beat, I'd upload it straight away. I wouldn't even think about any sort of... But the maddest thing is, when I was doing that, I gained a massive following on SoundCloud, and I was getting thousands of views just from me just making a beat, uploading it, not even thinking about it. I just managed to gain some sort of traction. And then when I started to think about it, I stopped releasing for like a year. And then all that went down, like start again, like, but properly this time, more structured. But it's funny because I used to stay up all night, every night, like literally like all night. My mum used to come in the room like, you need to go to bed now. Go to bed. It was getting ridiculous. Like some people were up all night playing games. I was up all night making music. Yeah, it was good though. Good fun.
That's really interesting though, that you would not think about it and you gained a lot of traction and the flow didn't really stop. So you weren't going like a year in between releasing stuff. Would you ever kind of go back to that now and just release some stuff that you've just done? Or do you think there's...
You know what?
What is it that changed?
I think it's like the quality now. Like I want a certain sound. I want it to sound like a certain way. Like, but I think a lot of it is like just overthinking it.
Yeah.
So I decided I wanted to do this thing called Alto Mondays or Alto Sundays, similar to like Good Music Fridays or whatever. Where you just drop something every... So I wanted to do a similar thing where I just like every week just drop something because I've got enough music there to drop either an instrumental or a little soundscape or something every week, which I would happily do. I think it's just, I want everything to sound a certain way, like mixed in a way, mastered in a way.
Represent you really.
But then I love the rawness of music as well, especially the hip hop stuff. I don't mind that being like kind of rough, because that's how it should be. But
Alto Mondays just has such a...
I don't know about Mondays.
Yeah.
I was thinking about Mondays or Sundays.
It feels kind of necessary. Like a Monday just feels like, do you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, make Mondays matter.
yeah.
Sundays or Mondays, one of the two. Or Wednesdays. I don't know. It's because
Thursdays or...
there's no day of the week with A, so I was like, what can I do? I think Alto Sundays works because it's like Alto Sundays, Alto Sounds.
Sounds and...
So it's S, Alto
AO.
Studios,
You still have AO, the optics.
Yeah.
But then Alto Mondays, you have AM. And if you're saying you stayed up all night making these, a lot of these beats were made in the early AM, like beautiful AM. Do you know what I mean?
Deep one, yeah.
But then you could do that with every single letter next to it. I'm just saying I like the Mondays, but you know, that's okay.
Yeah, this mic gonna be picking up me drinking this drink. It's like,
Not as much as you think.
Yeah, not as much as...
Yeah.
I touched
Unless
it
you
before.
like start... Yeah, I'm not gonna do
I touched the mic by accident before. I was like, what's this fairy thing on my...
No, you got
You're gonna hear some like...
No, these mics are weird because there was an episode where I was really, really sick and like I was... Like the way I was swallowing was just so loud. Like it just that's why it felt like it wasn't really picking up. So
Okay.
get away with a lot.
You
A whole lot of stuff.
But no, man, it's been dope catching up because like I can't remember the last time I seen you, but it's nice to see that you're active on the socials, man. It's one of those ones like, nah, the bros is active. It's inspiring. Like seeing the homies do something, it's like, why sitting idle? Like, not that you're copying them, but it's like, yeah, mom, actually, no, I just thought of something. Actually, I'm
just gonna do it.
Fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
No, it's nice, man. It's dope to see.
Yeah.
And you've discussed books, which is something we haven't discussed since the
Yeah,
first
we're bringing
episode.
that back.
Yeah, we need to bring that back. But like with my reading tendencies, I'm a bit strange.
Yeah.
Because I feel like once I feel like I've learned something and I'm implementing something, I'm gonna keep it there and put the book aside for a minute.
Don't need it anymore.
It's not even like I don't need it anymore. It's like when I lose my feet, I'll come back.
Yeah.
Because that's how I found my feet last time.
Yeah.
So it's one of those ones. So right
So
now,
you just pause. You pause on.
Let it integrate though, innit? Like,
yeah.
needs time to
Yeah, but
integrate.
see, I feel like with that, because I used to read in the mornings, but it's something that I did for like 2 weeks and I enjoyed it, which is rather than reading, is added before starting work. It charges me like throughout the day. Well, not throughout the day, but you know what I mean? It's like, you know, I haven't started work, I edited, and then next thing, I'm just thinking about, oh, actually, maybe if I do this with that one. While I'm, I can afford someone to be on autopilot at work.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm
That's
thinking...
a hilarious sentence because I relate to that so much.
I can't. Like, it's not even like being careless. It's like I've done this so many times.
Yeah.
So it's like if I start with the edit, which obviously I'm saying no to reading. I'm saying yes to edit, but no to reading. Then I'm like, you know, if I can do this in 2 seconds, go to my laptop, just do something. Like, that's what I'm talking. That was sick, actually. No, I could try that.
But the routine's going to change all the time, isn't it?
Yeah.
So like, if you like reading in the mornings, life will life, and then you'll lose your feet a little bit just with that one thing though, and then you'll get it back.
Yeah.
36 days of type has ruined all sense of any routine.
Sorry. Once again, bravo.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. But no, it's really destroyed any sort of routine. So the morning readings was I felt like I was peak Katie. Peak. She was taking multivitamins. She was reading a book. Fill all the water for the day. We've got it through. Boom. But yeah, no, this project has taken all that away. The priorities have shifted. 2 days left, and after that, I'm so excited to just get routine back. Find the book that I've lost, because that book that I was reading that we spoke about weeks ago.
Oh, you stopped too?
Yeah, I lost the book.
What book?
It's in the house. Yeah, I lost the book.
What's it called?
It was really good. It was called Concise Laws of Human Nature. Really interesting book. Lost it. Have I had time to find it? No. So I'll find that. So I'm really excited to
it's going to appear.
Yeah, and then we need to get back on it with reading.
Yeah, we need to get back on it.
Yeah, because they were good conversations, even though we butchered every single song title. Book title.
What did you do, reading club?
We were just reading.
We were just reading and just discussing about what we read. It wasn't reading.
Oh, you read the same book?
No.
Okay.
Different books.
Different books, but we were just reading, so we just discussed what we were up to, what we'd learned, what was good. We had to put on a thing over the top of every time we'd say the name of our books, we'd just get them wrong. So we had to put a little asterisk, little animation thing over the top. This is the actual name.
We got it wrong because we butchered everything. Yeah, so.
Yeah. But we'll get back on that and we'll find out for you again.
Yeah, man.
But no, man, on the real though, thanks for joining us. And to be fair, do people know where Alto comes from?
Nah, not a lot of people. It was because...
Is it for yourself or...
Alto means high in Italian. And this is in college, so I was, smoking a lot.
Elevated.
But then there's more meanings to it now. I guess high quality of work, or alto can also mean a love that oscillates, a light that's open. There's so many meanings.
I don't know if people can see it.
Oh yeah,
on the canvas there, but you drew that at the exhibition.
Yeah,
I love that's original.
I love that's original.
Yeah, so I've changed it to a love that oscillates.
Yeah.
That's what I've chosen now.
Yeah, because I remember when you told me, I was like, it just blew my mind because I just thought it's just after because I got so gas. I remember that.
Yeah.
When you told me, I was like, shit.
I love that.
Cool dude.
Things upon things. Just do things for the sake of doing them.
So before we wrap up, we do a thing every week where we deep dive into your track of the week or something that you've been listening to this week that's kind of resonated with you.
Okay, yeah.
Even if it's your own stuff.
Especially if it's your own stuff.
Okay. something Soweto, Fanda Wena, Part 2 is I'm a Piano track.
Soweto, that's South Africa.
Yeah, yes. I'm a Piano.
Oh, okay. I'm a
I've been banging so much I'm a Piano the past few years. It's one of my favourite genres. Can we play it?
Oh,
after
we need to figure out the rights. Find out. No, my shoulder's moving. I think, to be fair, I was researching it. I think you can have it for 10 seconds or less. I'm still reading the rights because I don't want to upload some. Yeah,
so we're going to put the artwork over the top of it.
Yeah,
and then what we do is then we put all these tracks into a playlist anyway and then share the playlist. We can do that.
Okay, cool.
How does it make you
why the track?
Oh, it's a deep one. It's a deep sound, but because it's Piano, it's very upbeat. So it's just an introspective one. As I'm walking about, looking at everything, yeah, just helps me, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is what I found with this genre. I'm a Piano. I've not found a bad song yet.
That's a beautiful statement.
It's something about it just gets my spirit going. I want to reach Africa at one point. I really do. Something about it. Yeah.
Nice response.
Yeah, it's a very nice response. Crap. Can I look at my phone? Because I've just...
Yeah, go.
Yeah, of course.
And this one to butcher something.
Okay, while you butcher, I'm just going to... I don't really have any updates from the last episode, but I'm still on my Aphex Twin bag all the way.
Okay, yeah. I love Aphex Twin.
Yeah, I really... I really can't get enough. I'm just going to drop loads of the tracks into the playlist, but that's my response again for this week.
What songs?
There's an album. There's an album where every single track is numbered.
The ambient, ambient works.
Oh my goodness! And because I've been doing so much work and just animating constantly, and it's just like anytime I get a patch of time to listen to music, it's been like on a commuting home or commuting to work, or it's when I'm sat at this table animating. I don't want to hear anything, and I don't want to hear a conversation. I don't want to hear any more words. So I've just been listening to this.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and just feeling all the certain ways, and that's what the animations are kind of spiraling out of control, really. But
some of them sounds are mad.
Madness.
Some of them I turn off. I'm like, yo.
It's the repetitiveness of some of them. There's a track that's it's called 7, which is just so long. It makes me feel hopeful and really upset, and I don't know what to do with that emotion. And I really like it.
Oh, I forget which one. Which there's one that I really like. I don't know if it's 2. The one that's it's like yeah, it
sounds
really
like
nice.
2. we'll play some after, but can't get enough. Nate.
Yo. I can't. Honestly, I've just been listening to the podcast because we only uploaded.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
Yeah, because the other track I was gonna say is the one I said on Tuesday, which is Evidence Unlearning.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm still on that, and then before that, all I'm thinking about is 1 through 8. So I podcast the other day, just like seeing it, then I went back to listen to it. So I can't say the same song. No.
That's okay. Because you know what? Like both our answers are really similar with like just the time to listen to stuff.
Yeah. I need to.
We've been busy.
I can't I'm seeing the songs. It's like, have I really listened to it? Not
have
really.
I resonated with it?
No, not really. I'd be lying because I got gassed whenever I sing 1 through 8. So it can't be Make Me Like Again.
I mean, it can.
Yeah, because it's Do What I Want.
Of course it can.
No. Let me find the song.
Okay.
I'll find the song. Something's gonna resonate. Something's gonna resonate.
Find something.
Actually, you know what? Let me find the last one that I downloaded that I liked.
Yeah.
It's 1 through 8.
What's the last? What did you listen? What's the last song you listened to before you got out of the car?
Ooh, let me see. Yeah. Shit. It's Jim Jones, and the name of it is Election.
Okay.
Jim
And
Jones.
how did you feel
Jim
as you got out of
Jones.
the car?
We're gonna make it out of here.
Jim Jones Dipset.
Yeah, Jim Jones. To be fair, honorable mention to Jim Jones. Like, he's gotten better. He's just getting better over time. But yeah, how does it make me feel? It's I feel like I need to listen to it to get the emotions back. They don't sit. That's what I mean. They're like rice cakes. They don't feed you like that.
Okay.
But they make you feel good.
Yeah. It's delicious.
That's the best way to answer that one.
Or rice cakes.
So sometimes that's how we rate artists over here. We compare them to a type of food.
we do that. That's a good conversation for next time.
Yeah, but no, Alto, for real though, this is the longest outro ever. Thanks for joining us, man.
When did the outro start?
Yeah, man. Peace, love, and wisdom. And yo, viewers, thanks for joining us. Oh, and the listeners, I guess. And sure, check us out. I didn't know how to close that one this time. I zoned out. But I guess that's the end of it.
Come on. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.